Hi, YouTube. How are you doing today? Excuse me, I bumped myself just as I was starting. Um, I'm having a pretty good day, not too bad. Sorta. Um, what's on my mind today is how are we gonna protect little girls and boys that, like, if a girl wants to be a mommy or what's ingrained inside of them from the very beginning. And if they do hear something and they're put off upon hearing that, you know, is society taking away their natural instincts and their thought choices? Here's a for instance, and then I'll get back to what I'm saying. Um, like over on Facebook, I shared that little girl talking about being hit by little boys, and if that happens, she's going to lay hands on them and they'll both have a rainy day. Well, if you've been hit so many times, she's like, well, if he bullies her, she's supposed to tell somebody. She has a black eye the next day. Um, if he still gets treats on like Friday or something, and she still has a black eye. I guess I don't know. I didn't explain that as well as that little girl did. 5 years old out of the mouth of babes. And that's what's going on in the world with the people that think they're working in darkness against people. That doesn't mean that little girl doesn't have a good heart. That means she's been hit before and she does not want to be hit again. And she's going to fight. Why should a little girl have to fight a boy? Why should a man pretend to be a woman and destroy really what a woman is in society's eyes? That's how people get hurt. People, meaning those that aren't far left like that. I'm not using their pronouns. Somebody else over on another post I had shared, I am not teaching my children that there are more than two genders. End of conversation. What these creatures do in their minds, pretending they're mixing the genders because the Jezebel spirit and Satan are working together inside the flesh that God made on God's green earth. This is not Satan's world. He may appear to be in control of that, but he's going to find out sorrowfully how to do things the right way. And the one thing is admitting that he did not create. He is the creator of confusion within the flesh that they made, and the spirit of Christ rose up out of that situation to help the other ones out of that situation that want to be out of that. And it's as simple as that. It's no fight or argument. I'm just here speaking the truth. You know, I don't care who does or says what. It's just an illusion till I get back with who people call God or whatever. You know, um, my who I aspire to be. No, I don't want to be exactly like anybody. I'm made to be me, and I love me that way. I don't need to be like Satan and Jezebel and say, I'm going to be God and do it better. No, I'm cool. I do my own things quite well. Thank you anyway, and go play with thine or thy or thou or their selves. Do you know yoga? How flexible are you? You know, I'm not, I'm very flexible physically. Mentally, I keep my mind pretty solid. I have a one track mind, knowing that I came from um, the most royal you can get, and that's what's the word? The waters weren't dirty in my gene pool where I swam, you know. In a manner of speaking, you know. So really, I'm just shooting the breeze like I always do, just coming on and chatting. And I don't know who stays and who doesn't. Sometimes I think like, well, my friends for sure. I know that will be watching. Um, I love you all. And if people don't like me, hey, I'm cool with that. I hope I never come to your understanding, and I hope someday you come to mine, because mine doesn't take away from what's natural and physical, logical, and true, you know, those types of things. So, yeah. On that note, I don't like playing pretend, but I could pretend to be a nice person. But with that said, about that subject, nah, I still don't like to pretend. So, somebody told me that my grandchildren would grow up to see what a terrible person I was. And I said, no, they realized that their father got raped by a man when he was a baby, and they're good. I said, no, they're good. They realized that happened, and I just laughed at the person, you know. Another person wrote me, notice when you say you're not going to do what they want you to do, they attack you, and I give it a like. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt. Yeah, I'm not playing pretend with you. Leave that for the numbskulls on the planet. I know what's real, you know, and I know what isn't going to harm the children that want to have families in the future. So I'm going to stick with the reality of things, but I'm good. Thank you. You know, and my grandchildren aren't that stupid. They're all female, and they're all female warriors like me. And no, no, they're not dumb, you know. Um, or numb or regress. That's what I said to her, or it. Enjoy your regression, you know. Not laughing. I'm dead serious about all this. I don't care of a person's mindset as long as it doesn't infringe upon the children. It's as simple as that. Why a couple months ago we got, this is supposed to be Native American Pride Month or whatever, a Native American month. And a couple months ago we had Pride Month. I think it's like around July or August. And now we have Pride Week. It's like, what? Do we have Native American Week next week and Native American Christmas? And what the, you know, you see my point? It's just being pushed down everybody's throat. Just like the indigenous, the fallacy that the Native Americans don't own their own land. Yeah, they do. So, and they always will. No matter the games people want to play politically or pretend spiritually, what's inside your soul and what's true, right, and good, you know, who owns what? Um, God owns this world. the natural humans, not the infected, inbred offlings bound to this planet that are going to learn how to run it because they didn't do too good in heaven. But they will learn, and learn you will, no matter what stage you're at. So enjoy hell while you are bound here and pray to your Savior that you can someday escape. I was listening to Robin's Hood. He made a really good point about being your soul being trapped in your body when you die, and the Grim Reaper asking you to either go into nothingness or go to hell. Those are your two choices, and tricking you into thinking that that's all there is, or coming back here, or going to hell. So if you know you're a good person, when you die, you just know you're already with your one that's going to reap your soul. You know, whoever's heart you're carrying for whatever reason is what your next stage will be. So that's the judgment, is the weighing of a person's heart, no matter the words you speak, no matter the words I speak. Now, deeds and actions, bloodline, and genealogy is a whole nother thing, but if you're ready for that conversation, you know, kidnapping, rape, child molestations on this planet, human trafficking, the dark cabal, and how the brain dead of the world that do have the Jezebel spirit are helping all of the above. Just to have a greedy day and not standing up for what's right on the planet, letting them play shenanigans at every level and aspect of our lives. It's not a very great existence. As far as learning what I need to learn to be able to be a spokesperson on behalf of God, I'm always willing for that, but I don't learn from any man ever, or anything that's written, although I've read so much, you know, but, and still read. Not any religions or ancient scripts or anything like that. I do rehash and refresh, and I don't really relearn, because what was naturally embedded in me and the study of language, along with all of the, how do I word this, even my own discretion when I saw something that was Masonically connected, I was reading with the mind and the heart of Christ at that moment. So that's how I operate in this world. And even the people that think they oppose me are actually getting more help than what they even realize, no matter what. So they can think and talk all they want, it's not going to change a thing. So, quite frankly, Judgment Day is upon them, good or bad, whether they like it or not, or even want to admit it. The ones of us that are actually doing that judgment, you know, or the one, I don't care if I stand alone, I'll judge you. Yeah, I will. I'll judge you by my own heart. Judge me too. If you find it to be spotted or tattered, do speak up. You know, because you can read my soul just as well as I can read yours. And that's what's going on in this world, are the ones that think that they want to be hidden in that darkness and sheltered in that cocoon and do dirty deeds upon the world, that the light is not going to shine in these cracks that they have made out of greed and expose them and stop them on every level where they are attacking us. And there's so many. It's so faceted. Just like the Christ Spirit, it's so faceted. The the um, iterations of Christ and God in people, it's so faceted in mankind to actually realize the wholeness of what people would call God. But the people that are actually on a daily basis battling that dark force, first within themselves and then for everybody else. It's the ones that I'm talking to that are like my best friends. You're the ones that are doing it for everybody else. That's beyond words. The most loving thing you can do, and we can only meet people on their own level, you know. And water seeks its own level, you know, in the seas of people, and you know who we have around us, and can actually, I mean, yeah, love people, heck yeah, but who can we actually communicate with, and who's, you know, if you feel like so different, who do you have, you know? If you're like a one of a kind oddity, you know, where do you turn? I only have who I call God, you know. So, and that works through the goodness of people. So, or actually directly, always constantly communicating with Him, you know. All my thoughts are open and unhidden, and anything that's off or bombarded on is helped and enlightened, you know. So I even like every day something, it'll be something to try and stop me from talking, you know. People, or yeah, it's people put in situations to actually try and make me be silent. So that's all you can do is try. I'm quiet all day until I make a video. People have to make excuses to talk to me normally, unless I reach out to somebody else for a reason. And it would be a God given, a spirit driven reason. I couldn't say randomly even a selfish reason, because I always have a motive to everybody and anything I'm doing or anyone I'm talking to, and it's I'm motivated by the Spirit of God, His heart. So, and I think if we seek His heart, we'll get His mind. It's only with His heart can we have the understanding of the science of everything. And how incredible would that be to actually have an understanding of exactly who you are and where we are, and the possibilities of what can be for you. I mean, all these things are more than gifts. They're ultimate treasures, you know. Um, when you have somebody tell you and you know in your heart it's true, just follow me and like I'll build you a mansion. The desires, he knows the desires of your heart, and he'll give to you accordingly, you know, when all is said and done. So really there is no argument. There's just me explaining to people my stand doesn't have to be yours, you know. If you enjoy the Dark Cabal and the movement of the one world nation, um, and total dominance over you, go enjoy that in a city where they're going to be. That's all I can say. If you ever need a real vacation, come over to my place and we'll bonfire and picnic and barbecue and chill, and you will know peace because even a narcissist will act more peaceful around people, or their oddity just sort of speaks for them, because they put themselves out of place and above people for that reason, if they're not the ultimate attention. So that's where I am with that. So, but yeah, anybody's welcome here, even people that don't like me. I would enjoy arguing with anybody. I'm really good at debating, and I use total science and logic and life knowledge for every situation, with God in my heart as to the best of my abilities, which is I have more patience than anybody I've ever met. So, and that's why I'm doing the job I'm doing. So, put that in your what is that oil you people smoke? Put that in your pipe and smoke it, and with some of that. Cheers, everybody. I love you. Thank you for being here. Oh, to my friend Elias Vahatala. There you go. I know I got it. Elias Vahatala. There you go. I think Elias Vahatala. I know that's the closest right there I did. I hope I remember it. I'll look at your video again. I shared a video of my friend telling us his name in French using his Snapchat little thing that has like different faces he could put on. So yeah, that was the only really the only Halloween live chat I joined in, because they're close friends of mine over there, and I was able to be myself and not rain on their parade, while they also knew how I felt. And he actually taught about the pagan holiday at the same time while being a total clown with this little gadget he's using. So that was out of respect, and I have big respect and love for, like, it's fun, everybody that was over there. Yeah, another good channel you can subscribe to. He sometimes the subtitles for English work, and other times if you say hi, he understands English. Speaking and understanding a language and speaking it is two different things. I've learned that you do actually learn it in your mind first before you actually start practicing the voice of it all. So yeah, that is a thing. Just like I was trying to speak Spanish to another friend today. Hi, hola, buenos dias, gracias, you know. And I said, I hope I spelt some of it right, you know. Probably was Buenos noches when I wrote that, you know. The time difference from, he's in Portugal down to the equator, so he'll see the sunset before I do. It's amazing to me that I see the same sunset up here a half a day later, you know, or no, a whole day. Well, depending on the degree, the uh, latitude that we are on. So, so anyway, of course, the longitude for sure would be 24 hours, but exactly, but it could be few hours more or less given where we are exactly on the ley lines. So, where all the energy is actually naturally with the waters from within the world and working with the waters from over the world with the firmament in between, bounding and trapping the Nephilim that didn't want to do things right. And now they have teachers here that are trying to help them. And we're asking them not to bite the hands feeding them. That would be foolish, you know. So, unless they're into that type of thing, God knows nowadays. Could be your brother wearing your sister's tights, nursing a monkey, calling it a kitty, but it's actually their dad. Who the F knows on this planet nowadays what they are going to say is real or not real? Um, be prepared for anything, you know. Another gloomy day. It's just that time of year too, though, where the days are shortened. You know, it's like bummer. You know, that's why I know my flight can't be in the winter. But if I have to play hardball, being stuck indoors, well, I'd rather take it outside. But whatever I'm forced to do, you know, you know. I'm more a softball person. I was a softball pitcher. If you're not American, maybe you don't know. I have a new Russian subscriber. Hi, Kay. Nice to meet you. Let me see. Constantine. Um, I think is how you say your name. I hope I got that right. Um, yeah. Anyway, or why I think my Canadian friends know, but a regular hardball baseball is about that size, and a softball's a little bit bigger. Um, just how it's described, it is a little softer, it goes a little slower, or at least it's supposed to, unless you really get good at it, which I did. Um, I was pretty proud of that. Out of 17 games in a junior softball league, girls, yes, it was just girls. we I we won every game, and I pitched every game, so I was pretty happy about that. Except I had to walk home at 12 years old through the worst neighborhood because somebody told me they would be there and they weren't, and it was raining, and like these women in the hood, they're like, "Are you lost, honey?" And other people, all kinds of shit. Till I got out of there, and then I thought, okay, this will be the last time that not only am I put in danger, but that I'm humiliated and I'm going to let it affect me like a baby. And that was, I started standing up real hard. I started running away that year. So, yeah. So that was a woman that did that to me. One that said that she wanted to take somebody's baby and raise it as her own. So, all right, everybody. And they had insurance on me too. So, so many things I could tell you, and some of you heard that story before. But anyway, um, peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day wherever you're at. Talk to you soon, y'all.